Hey fam. So I sorry I look all crazy, but I really wanted to come back to talk to you all about my twin flame journey and what has been going on. So, where do I begin? Everything was quiet between my beloved and I for quite some time until the end of October when he reached out to me because he wanted to see me. So I usually take off around Halloween because that's my favorite holiday. And I took off the Thursday and Friday before Halloween and the Monday after Halloween. But when he reached out to me, he was like, can you take a half a day on Wednesday, the Wednesday before Halloween? So I was like, hey, I'm just going to take the whole day. And he reached out to me on the weekend before Halloween. So I'm trying to get to my calendar so I can give you the dates. Let's see. I don't know why this is not working. Anyway, so yeah. So he reached out to me, let's say, on the 24th of October and wanted to see me on the 28th of October. So on the 26th of October, when I got to work, I switched my Monday off in November, the first Monday off in November, to be off on Wednesday the 28th when he wanted to see me. And I had been I have been having like really intense dreams. I'm not sure that they're dreams, but intense sexual experiences while I dream. And I have come to the point in my journey whereby I know when my beloved is having sex because I feel it. And I feel it even when I'm awake. And and I was having that Sunday, as a matter of fact. What Sunday was it? Let me give you the Sunday. Sunday the 25th. I was having very intense and strong sexual experiences while I was sleeping, and I woke up extremely riled up and horny. And he wanted to see me on the 28th. And part of me was, I was thinking to myself, okay, Elle, like, when is this going to stop? When are you going to, like, really put your foot down and stop fearing what will happen once you stand strong in what it is that you want to do? When are you going to stop always being available for him or to see him whenever he decides to call you or whenever he decides to reach out or whatever is happening in his life? Because fam, he does not reach out to me. Like, we don't communicate anymore. Like I said in my other vlogs, he reaches out to me whenever he wants to, and I don't know when that is. I don't know how to describe it, but we don't communicate the way that we used to. After he said that he needed to do healing and he couldn't speak to me anymore, we had agreed that I would not reach out to him. But I just find now that whenever he reaches out to me, I feel a way about it. I feel like, why is it okay for you to just forget about communicating with me? Like, why is that okay? Like, it's so difficult for me to explain. I feel like he only reaches out to me for his own egotistical satisfaction, and I'm not saying that I'm right at all, but what type of communication do we have if it's really one-sided? And I question that. I question, why is it that I am always available for him, regardless of when or what it is. Except for that one time that I decided not to pick up the phone, and it was just like his mother passed away, and I didn't find out until somebody else told me. But why can't I? Why can't I reach out to you just to say hi? And if I do, you never reply. It's like you treat me like I don't exist, like I'm just like this dirty little secret to you, like, or you'll get back to me whenever you feel it's real. Like I feel like I'm not being treated as a human being, and on the flip side, I'm treating him like he is everything, because he basically is everything to me. But that doesn't make up for me feeling this way. It doesn't make up for me feeling less than human, or less than worthy of a text message reply. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I was just hoping and praying that something, I prayed to my angels, prayed to my guides, that something would happen whereby we would not be able to meet on Wednesday. And my prayers were answered, and that just solidified my belief that I'm being watched and protected. And he reached out to me in the afternoon of the 28th, apologizing for not reaching out to me earlier. Something came up, so we did not meet on the 28th. So I was like, oh, thank you. I was let off the hook, because like I said, I have been dealing with the fear of what would happen if I did not answer, the fear of what would happen if I did not agree to meet him. In my mind and in my emotional body, I'm like, does this mean that he's gonna end the connection? Does this mean that he will never reach out to me again? Does this mean that he will never communicate with me again? What does this mean? Because we had agreed that I don't reach out to you. Like, and if I do reach out to you, it I won't get a reply. I won't get a reply like the average human being would get. Or somebody who texted him or called him, and you know, he didn't understand what the message was about. I'm sure he would call them back or text them and say, "Hey, I don't understand," or "Who is this?" When it comes to me, he doesn't do that. Like, I don't even get the treatment that a bum or a stranger would get, which makes me feel a way about this whole energetic connection between he and I, and what it is that he's really thinking about, or what he's doing. So Wednesday passed, Thursday passed, Friday passed, Saturday came. I celebrated Halloween, was having a good time, and then he reached out to me again and was like, "Are you off on election day?" I'm not off on election day. I told him that. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm off. Maybe I could see you before you go to work." So here I go with this fear again, this 3D fear, and this programming that I have with regards to how relationships should be, and how communication should be. And I was like, okay, we can meet before I go to work. And we met before I went to work. But after we met, I was like, I felt even worse than before we met. Like, I felt like, damn, okay, like, you know how I feel about you. You know how I feel about you. And I will do anything and everything for you. And I'm just left with nothing. I feel like nothing after I see him. I feel like absolutely nothing. And it's not that I emotionally feel nothing. Emotionally, I am on a high after I see him, but I feel like in his eyes, I am nothing, because what will happen is he'll text me right after we see each other, or a couple of hours after we see each other, and I will text him back. And then after I text him a reply to his text, I will not hear from him in forever, or until he decides to reach out to me, or until his soul is so overwhelmed with the longing to be around me that he communicates with me again. So the reason that I'm doing this vlog, oh, and then check this out. And then there was a very important event that he experienced on Friday the 6th. So I sent him a text message congratulating him on accomplishing one of his life goals, and telling him how proud I was, and how I remember when he first started this journey way back in the days when, you know, he and I were together. I didn't say when he and I were together, but I did say, I remember when you started this journey, and I congratulated him and told him how proud I was of him. And that was on Friday, the 6th. Today is Monday, the 9th. Do you think that I received a reply? So you know what has been on my mind? What's been on my mind is L. And this is with all of the love in my heart for myself. L, you wouldn't tolerate this behavior from anybody else. Why is it that you tolerate it from him? You wouldn't put yourself out like that for anybody else. Why do you do that for him? You would not allow anything or anybody to contribute to you feeling the way that you feel, which is, I feel really sad. I feel angry. I feel so many different not nice emotions wrapped all up together that it's so hard to pinpoint just one. Like, I wouldn't allow anybody to trigger me to feel this way. Why is it that I give him the permission to? Why do I open myself up so he can? And it's not to say that I don't love him unconditionally, but I'm starting to question, how much do I really love myself if I'm putting myself through this stuff still? How much do I possibly love myself? And I present this to you just in case you are also going through it. I believe that what I am experiencing is the eye-opening of the fact that I am still in the veil, living in the veil, and I'm still living under the dense pressures of the beliefs that I have with regards to this energy that I share with him as a twin flame, the expectations that I still hold, the emotions that I still cling on to, and all of the like. And these are things that are coming to the surface for me now because it's time for me to release them. In the past, I would have experienced this and I would have been crying all over the place. But I think because I have gone through this before and so many other things are happening, that allows me to be gentle with myself and want to understand why I've come to the point that I feel like it is okay in any connection, especially the twin flame connection. It is okay to be fed up. It is okay to feel all of the emotions that you feel. I am very angry and I'm disappointed and I'm very, very hurt and sad. And all of those emotions are okay for me to feel. It is okay for me to cry. It is okay for me to be confused. But on top of all of that stuff, I have a great understanding and a deep-seated knowing that these emotions are not me. These emotions are coming to the surface so that I can purge them. And in me purging these emotions, I will have room for more encouraging and loving emotions to take their place. More emotions that deal with my spiritual growth and knowing who and what my soul is and what my purpose is, and standing my ground as a soul that is living in this body on earth at this time. It's okay for me to say that I have fear. I experience fear. I feel fear surrounding me, not surrounding what would happen if I do not answer him or make myself available whenever he wants to see me. I believe that it is so therapeutic for me to feel these emotions so that I could get rid of them, so that they can come out, because fear is not real. And if I suppress it and say, no, this is not what I am feeling. I'm saying this is what I'm feeling. I'm not saying that this is what I am. I'm feeling these emotions. And these emotions are just that. They're just emotions. They're not who I am. I cannot touch these emotions. And when I allow myself to express and feel these emotions, they come out of me. I'm sorry, that's my Reiki. My Reiki alarm. Reiki to all of you. So I believe that I'm going through a purging of those emotions and feelings that no longer serve me purpose, so that I could establish more strength within myself and within my spirit and within this journey and this energetic connection that we have. And if you're experiencing anything like this, I have some tips on what you can do to help you to go through this purging of emotions that don't serve you any purpose. The first tip that I have is for you to allow yourself to express and feel these emotions. The crying is necessary and it's therapeutic. Feeling the anger is necessary and it's therapeutic. Feeling the confusion, the doubt, the regret, the fear, all of these emotions that are more along the lower lines of emotions, they are all healthy and natural to feel, so that you can be able to identify them, so that you could be able to find out what triggers them and purge them and heal. So it's definitely healthy for you to, one, allow yourself to feel all of the emotions. And number two, definitely tell yourself that while you're feeling and expressing these more lower emotions, that they'll pass. They are not who you are. They are just emotions. And if you suppress them, then they will become even more intense. I'm begging you, do not suppress them. If you have to cry, cry. I cry at work all of the time. I cry on the train. I don't care where it is anymore. If I feel the need to cry about the way that I'm feeling, I just cry. I get it out of my system and I feel better afterwards, because I know it's not me. I know it's not who my soul is. So I have to allow it to come out. Just like pimples, like when you were younger, you had pimples. You did not want the pimples to stay within your body, because that would not be healthy. You wanted them to surface so that they could heal. This is the same thing. You want these emotions to surface so that you can identify where they're coming from, what triggers them, and heal them and find a balance so that if you are in a situation whereby these more negative emotions come up, you're not reactive to them. You're able to stand outside of the emotions and your reactions and view everything like you're watching a movie, and you'll be able to get balance. And in that balance facilitates another phase in this twin flame energetic connection that you have with your beloved. Because in order to reunite with your beloved, you have to be able to balance your emotions. You have to be able to have an internal balance, because the twin flame connection and energy is such that it's like we mirror each other. We're magnetized to each other. So we have to be able to find some type of balance, because if you find that you do communicate with your twin and something happens that you don't like and you start reacting, that's going to turn your twin off. It's not going to be something that's welcoming to your twin. And also, you reacting to certain things, it might make you feel a way afterwards. And in retrospect, you're like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I would have just found a way to be more of the observer of my emotions, so that I can have a better understanding of what is going on, so that I can find tranquility, peace, and balance within what I am experiencing and feeling, and be able to rise to a higher level, be able to master the energy of these emotions. So, like I said, 1, allow yourself to feel. 2, try not to react and be more of an observer of what you are feeling and or experiencing, so you can find balance. Number 3 is be gentle on yourself. Don't ever think that everything that's happening to you is happening because you're being punished, because it's not. Everything that is happening because it is supposed to happen, because it is in the divine plan of your twin flame connection. It is supposed to happen the way that it is happening, for your betterment and for your growth. And that is one of the things that is kind of difficult for us to understand, because we've lived more so believing that we're human and that we have control of everything, and that if things don't happen the way that we want them to happen, then we're a bad person, or the universe is against us, or God doesn't love us, or nobody's watching over us. And that's not the case. The case is that when things don't happen the way that we want them to happen, that's because we think we know what's good for us, and we really don't. And we really don't, because if you think about it like this, if we knew what was good for us, right? Why would we be experiencing so many things that are so painful? The things that I've learned that the things that I want that I don't get them because in the long run they're not for my benefit. They're just really not. They are so not for my benefit. In retrospect of everything that I have experienced in this twin flame connection and journey and mission, if I was with my beloved at this point, I know that I would not be happy. I know that I wouldn't be happy. And I'm saying this, and I love him to death. I know that I wouldn't be happy for so many different reasons, because both of us have not grown to the point whereby we are able to be physically together, living together, being together, and be happy. It just wouldn't work out right now. And I know it wouldn't work out right now because we're separated. Like, we're physically separated. So what other proof do I have? Like, Do I feel a way that we're physically separated? Of course. Do I want to be physically separated from him? Of course not. But I know that at this point in this entire energetic connection, us being separated right now is for both of our betterments because we have some growing and learning to do. That's why it hasn't happened. So that's number 3. Be easy on yourself and know that you are definitely divinely protected and blessed. Definitely. The 4th tip and advice that I have is to try to figure out something that makes you happy, to get your mind off of all of this. Like, life is supposed to be fun. Yes, life is a learning lesson, but life is also supposed to be fun. Do you really think that God put us on earth and we've decided to come on earth so that we could just suffer all the time and be upset and not have laughter and pleasure in our life? Come on, I don't think that that's one of the purposes that we chose to be here. We didn't choose to be here to suffer. I just can't believe that. So number 4 is find something that makes you happy and run with it. Shoot, fly with it. Sleep with it. Live with it. Do it all of the time. Because part of this journey is unconditional love for yourself. And that unconditional love for yourself facilitates happiness. If you're able to be with yourself and be happy and find happiness in that, then you will attract not only your beloved to you, but you will attract so many other beautiful souls that vibrate on that same loving type of higher vibration. And it'll allow you to surround yourself with so much love for yourself and all of those other souls that are loving as well. So that's number 4. Number 5 is journal. I strongly suggest that you figure out some way to journal your experiences. Whether it be you use your phone and you talk into the phone and you say the date. If you like to write. If you like to vlog. But have some type of journal so that you could look back on your experiences and actually see how much you have grown. Because when you're able to do that type of reflection, you'll realize that the things that you were going through might not have been as bad as you thought they were. They really might not have been. And also being able to look back and read back or listen back on the things that you've experienced and have experienced with regards to this energy and your twin flame, it'll give you insight on what you may be experiencing in the future or what you may experience in the future. It'll also help you to see certain behavioral characteristics and patterns within yourself that you might want to change and improve. You know, it's all about growth. And when you're able to journal and reflect, that gives you the opportunity to look back on the things that you have experienced and look at the things that you are experiencing and do a huge comparison. And I guarantee you will laugh at the things that you experienced in the past. And you will be like, oh my goodness, you'll find so much humor in the things that you have experienced in the past. And you will say to yourself, boy, I thought that was never going to end, but I'm so happy that I went through it. I have learned so much about myself and how powerful I am and what I can do and who I am. I'm so grateful and happy. So journaling could help you in so many different ways. So I suggest that you definitely start to journal your experience in this energetic connection. I hope this helped you a little bit because, you know, sometimes this isn't easy. And if you are anything like me and your flame has triggered these more lower thoughts about yourself and emotions and beliefs, and you're starting to think about like your belief system and really wonder if it's working for you, and you want to change the way you view yourself and how you communicate with yourself and your beloved, um, and step into your energy and your power with love for yourself and your twin. Um, yeah, like it's okay. It's okay to feel emotions. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no and know that this connection will never end. And that's what I'm going through now. It's like I've taken those 5 steps, and now I'm starting to I'm starting to not fear so much what will happen if I don't reply. I'm just like, it's like that fear that I have with regards to him and I not communicating again, or oh my goodness, is the connection still going to be there? That fear is diminishing each time I walk through those 5 steps. My beliefs with regards to how we're supposed to communicate are diminishing each time I walk myself through those 5 steps, because I really want to understand why it is that I believe the things that I believe. Why do I behave the way that I behave with regards to him? Why do I have these mental conversations with myself about him and about this energetic connection that we share? And I'm realizing that it's all programming. And when I walk through those 5 steps, I am breaking down the program. If you want to break down the program, you can walk through those 5 steps, or you can figure out 5 of your own steps, whatever works. The point is, break down the program and find the balance. And then from there, you'll see everything else fall into place. It'll be so much more clear to you that everything is the way that it is, and it is perfect the way that it is. Things are happening now because they're supposed to, and the things that happen in the future will be for your benefit as well. So I hope that you enjoyed my little update vlog and liked my tips on what to do when you're trapped in the programming of fear based on whether or not the communication between your twin flame and you will continue if you don't make yourself available for them whenever they reach out to you. It's all about growth, fam. It's just like really all about growth. Yep, growth and surrender. So write me below, send me comments, like, and share this vlog, and I will come back to you soon. Don't forget to check out my astrology vlogs, because they will definitely help you as well if you are, experiencing so many more intense emotions with regards to your flame. So yeah, enjoy. Talk to you later.